I'm literally gonna give you a cheat code to life. Apply this and you will not only see improvement, but you will be building habits much easier. When I was younger, I wish I knew this 1% rule because in high school, I would sit through school, go to practice, go home, waste my time playing video games, and even smoking weed and doing nothing with my life. On the weekends, I would go out, drink with my friends, and ultimately living this cycle of mediocrity. If you are okay with the idea of being mediocre, click off this video now. To instill this 1% rule in your mind, I'm going to give you an example of it in action. I recommend everyone to read this book right here, Atomic Habits, but let's talk about this 1% rule in action. So in this book, Atomic Habits, the author talks about the British cycling team. So the team was never big or outstanding and hasn't won really any medals in any competitions. The team has always been deemed as mediocre. Since 1908, they've only won one gold medal in the Olympics. Not only that, but in 110 years of competing in Tour de France, no British cyclist had seemed to win it. But yeah, that's how bad they were, bro. In 2003, the team hired someone named Dave Brailsford, and he changed everything. He had an idea that he thought would help the team finally succeed, and that was the 1% rule. He was basically improving all these different small aspects by 1% and then putting them all together to get an overall improvement. And did it work? Let's see. The coaches started to work on small things such as redesigning the bike seat to make it more comfortable, applying rubbing alcohol on the tires for better grip, and even made the biker suits more aerodynamic. The coaches went even deeper and even hired a surgeon to teach each rider the best way to wash their hands to prevent the chances of catching a cold. All these factors that the coaches wanted to improve on were all small, and after improving dozens of these tiny factors and putting them all together, the results came faster than anyone could imagine. In the 2012 Olympics, the cycling team would set 9 Olympic records and 7 world records. So if you're thinking if this 1% rule made a big impact on the British cycling team, I'd say it made a huge impact. Literally turned them from nothing to something, from zero to hero. So you're probably wondering, how does improving small factors make a big impact in one's life? So I want to put a scenario in your head. Imagine you're starting your self-improvement journey, but you don't know where to start. You want to build habits such as working out and reading. Start off by doing 1 push-up and reading 5 pages on day 1. Quite simple, right? The next day, do 5 push-ups and read 10 pages. Little by little, you're going to be making more progress, and it's an easier way to ease into things. So eventually, you're gonna hit a point where you're not only reading consistently, but you'll feel the need to upgrade to start going to the gym to maximize your progress in the journey. This 1% rule can be applied to literally any habit out there. Let's say you want to learn how to play the guitar. Apply this 1% rule and you will see progress day by day. Though improving 1% doesn't seem like much, it will add up over time and you will reap the results. It's like if a miner mined 5 feet into the mine every day. Eventually, he will hit gold, no doubt. Most people think something great has to happen, that you will suddenly get an inspiration to do something, or are waiting for the right time to start habits they've always wanted to do. I'm saying this now. There's literally no perfect time. For some instances, I've waited months for the perfect time, and I just saw myself ultimately procrastinating and finding myself just doing fuck all, basically. This time doesn't exist. It's basically your mind going into survival mode, finding an excuse not to take on these habits and big ventures you've always wanted to do because you subconsciously know that you should be doing these tasks. I've been through this and I'm addressing this now, that it's literally a waste of time, and listen to yourself and take action as soon as possible. I want you to think of something you've always wanted to do in your life, whether it's, let's say, a new habit such as NoFap or waking up early. Step 1, start now. Do not procrastinate. The right time is never going to come. Step 2, ease into it. Apply the 1% rule. Work on it little by little if needed, but if you want to go full gun-ho, then go for it. But what I'm saying is the 1% rule is very effective to build these habits and facilitates it in a way. Imagine you improve yourself 1% a day for a whole year. Imagine the improvements you could make with your life and the results you would get. The book states that if you make 1% improvements for a whole year, that you will end up with results 37 times better than when you started. And improving 1% a day is literally the bare minimum you can do. So if you do more, you'll literally end up with a greater result. So now let's think long term. We live in an instant gratification society where no one wants to think long term. Everyone wants to think now. But let's think long term. 10 years from now. Improving 1% a day 10 years from now. 1%, the bare minimum 10 years from now. You'll literally be a god, bro. Straight up. You'll be so ahead. It's just the little things. You literally need to do the little things and you will reap the benefits long term. More people gotta listen and just take action in life, bro. This is why I'm making these videos, so you can learn and just make an overall impact. I want you to give this 1% rule a try and let me know your experience.